Hello guys, welcome to our channel CodeRuck. In the first tutorial we have discussed how to set up Laravel in your local machine. Now in this video, in this tutorial we are gonna discuss what the folder structure of Laravel. So let's get started. Once you install Laravel through Composer, there's quite many file and folders which get created automatically. Okay, so we will go one by one. So first you can see F folder. F folder is basically your application folder, okay, or directory. So this folder contain all your core code of the project. Okay, now in bootstrap contain cache and then app.php, which basically this bootstrap is like bootstrapping your application. Now in this folder you can see the cache folder is there, which contain some files directly that was generated during once you start working over the application. These file they create automatically and they required in order to optimize your application. Now the next folder is like config folder. This config folder contain all your application configuration. Okay, this config folder have like app, auth, these files like cache, database, file system, session, view, mail, every configuration is there, and every file has its own role for your application. Okay, now we'll go to database folder. Now database folder have factories, migration and seeds. Okay, so you can see this migration folder. If you go about migration folder, once you start because these are like advanced advanced topics, but I'm just going to give you some basic idea. Basically this migration folder contain your table or table schema, you can say, just like this user schema has. If I open this one, you can see you can create your own schema there, okay, by running a command php addition make model like this. And once you create that one, you will have this basic schema only up to this one. They will give auto increment id and the timestamp. Other than that, these columns you have to define by yourself according to your need. Okay, and once you run that command, your one file get created there, and after the file get created you have to run one command again to make that file get converted as your table through that command. Okay, this seed basically contain like seeding of your seeding in your table. Like suppose you have created one user table, okay, now you want to seed some data inside that. You are filling your table with some dummy data in order to do some kind of testing. Otherwise you have to manually go inside the table and you have to inside one by one. So instead of that one, you can run a command and seed your data. Okay, now this public folder, as you can see, this public folder have like cache, css, js, stxs, index.php, these files. So public directory is basically all the files which you need to have like in for your application. Like in future you might have like some folder which contain your users image, custom css, custom js. So all these things is kind of public directory. You can create your own folders and these ones. Okay, now resources, these ones, this is the main thing. Now you're thinking like where you wanna place your view file. So Laravel has placed this view inside this resources folder. If you open that resource folder, you can see JS lang, sys, and view. So inside this views, you gonna have your view of your application. Okay, after that routes. Okay, so this route folder basically, for your application they have differentiated for API, for channel, for console, and for web. Now all your web related routes will go inside this web.php. If I open that file, you can see routes dot. So every URL needs to have that route defined inside that web.php. Okay, now if I go inside the storage folder contain app, framework, and logs. So basically storage contain logs kind of thing. Like once you are start running your application, during running your application you might occur some kind of exception, and that exception will come. They will create one file as a log, and you can see inside that one. Other than that, manually through the code you can create your log file, and which all the and that file will get saved inside that log folder. Okay, and other than that also, during once application start running, there's quite many file which they create automatically, and they and it help to optimize your website performance. Like they have app public, and if I open the framework, they have cache session. All these things they require by themselves in order to bootstrap your application. Okay, and after that they have test folder. Test folder is basically if you are doing unit testing kind of thing through the command line, you can able to make that process. And for that one they have made a one test folder, vendors folder. Now we discuss about the vendor folder. Vendor folder basically have all your packages which you are going to install through command line. After installing, that package will come inside as a inside the vendor folder. Okay, now these all these packages are predefined packages that comes within the Laravel. Once you make a installation in your machine, these packages comes by default. Okay, now you are going to have new package. Okay, you can install through Composer. Once you install it, it will come inside that one. So might be you're installing, might be you need a payment gateway. For payment gateway, you have to install some package. You can run a command and you can install that package directly, and then you can able to use that one. And other than that, now you might be wondering where you're gonna place your model and the controller. View you already know. View you're gonna place inside the resource. Model you have to place inside the F folder. You can see user.php. So user.php is my model. Okay, now all your application model, because as Laravel is like MVC, model view controller. So model you gonna place inside the app folder, like user. In future you might have countries, more countries, and after that user details, user images, products. So all these model will come inside F folder. Now your controller will go inside HTTP. You can see once you open HTTP, you're gonna have controller, middleware, kernel.php. So inside the controller you're gonna have your controller of the project. Okay, now this middleware. Now I'm just giving you the basic idea. Middleware, as you know, is in between request and response. This middleware comes up. Okay, just like they have like authenticate middleware, encryption, redirection, authenticated trim middleware. So in future you might have your own middleware. So that one you can define inside this middleware folder, and after defining it, you need to define that middleware inside this kernel.php, inside this route middleware. Once you define it, because then only that middleware will be accessible inside your route. Okay, so it can happen like suppose you have created one module which you want to access only for those members who have verified their email or phone number. Okay, so for that one you will create one middleware, okay, through the command. Once you create the middleware, like if the person is authenticated with the or if the person has verified his email and the phone number, then that person can able to access that module. Once you define that middleware, okay, after defining that middleware, you have to define inside the kernel.php, and after defining inside the kernel.php, like this one, you can see, because it's a route middleware, so you will give one name of that one, okay, and where your directory it is. So like this one, our directory will be like app http middleware and your name of the middleware. Okay, and after defining it, you have to then you can able to use that middleware inside routes and then web. Then you can able to use that one, that middleware. So after, once the person is authenticated with that condition, then they can access that module. So if I go inside middleware, I'm just going to show you one, like which one, authenticate. Okay, if I show you this one, see, they have class authenticate, that basically it will be your middleware name, extend middleware. Okay, so you can, like, instead of creating like copy and pasting, you can create middleware directly through the command line. So we gonna cover these advanced topic in our next lecture one by one. So but right now you get some basic idea what the folder structure of Laravel and how it process your application. So in the next lecture we are going to create Laravel CRUD operation. Okay, thank you guys.